Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're gonna clean this house up a little bit, make it look not so blocky. I gotta move this stuff I didn't realize. It was gonna be in the way until just now, so figured we'll start here. We'll see what I end up wanting to talk about today. It's probably Star Wars. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. Um, and I was thinking we can check out the. Sorry, I'm moving this a little bit. I think there's vertical slabs now that we can check out. Also, we're gonna have to, I didn't realize this, they rust over, and so I'm gonna need to find some beeswax if I want to save them. Can you make a stone cutter? Am I thought you could make a stone cutter, I guess not. I want to test the vertical slabs. I want to see if they're cool or not. Oh, I forgot. You get so many. Whoops. What? How does this work? Sorry, hold on, I'm Googling. Dang, that's crazy. That's a rough start to the video. Um, that sucks. Anyways, can I... Whatever, I'll just make him in a chisel deep slate. It's fine. Oops. I guess I don't need that. That's crazy. My friend told me that, so he got me good. That's tough. Anyways, we're gonna. I always just put stairs around the edge because they're easy, honestly. Oh, that sucks. I didn't think about this. We'll figure that out at another point. Let's see there. He's a little too close here. That's kind of on me. Okay, that's a good start. We gotta fix up the roof too. That's a rough start to the video. Anyways, I don't know if you guys have seen the news about the new Hunt for Ben Solo. Is this the same guy? Yeah, he is. I don't know if you guys have seen the news for the new. Well, I guess it's not new because it's not coming out, but the new Star Wars movie, the Hunt for Ben Solo. I guess Adam Driver and Steven Soderbergh had been working on it for a while, and it went really far in the development phase. And then it got to Bob Iger and the guy who he wants to replace him. I can't think of his name right now, but it's he's one of the other directors at Disney, and they killed it. And they said specifically that they don't understand how he could still be alive, which is insane coming from Disney because they somehow Palpatine returned. Um, and I'm upset about it. I really am. I don't know what to do with this roof. I think, you know, if they want to capitalize on the sequels at all, um, I think Kylo Ren's probably their best bet, truthfully. There we go. Um, I don't hate some of the stuff in the sequel films. Um, I'm definitely not fond of them, and I really probably won't be watching them very often, if at all. Um, but I really liked Kylo Ren. Oh, frick. I really did. I thought he was amazing. Um, and it just sucks that uh, not only that they killed him at the end of Rise of Skywalker for some reason, but um, that I don't have enough stairs. Frick. Um, they killed him off, and they really believe he's dead because they canned this film as well. So I didn't mean to put that there. Um, anyways, just sad about it. I think it's dumb. Because I think there really is interesting stuff you can do with Kylo, and I think, if there is a franchise where you can get away with suspension of disbelief, it is Star Wars. And I guess I kind of get it, the prequels were about as much of a failure as you can get. Yeah, it's a good start. They were about as much of a failure uh, as you can plan. I mean, it was pretty bad. But I just hate that. I hate that. What kind of sucks? Oh, dang it, I forgot. We'll just stick with that. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, I kind of like that. Something special about Star Wars is it has that kind of immortality as a franchise. It can do some crappy stuff and talk on it. Still maintain relevance. There we go. That's gonna bother me. Let's just yeah, that's better. It's just kind of got that immortality as a franchise that let's just not even bother with that. Because it's so, what it was in the 70s is so huge. Like, the prequels, by all accounts, should have killed the franchise. I mean, they were, oh shoot, there's a raiding party. I guess, oops. Let's just make some stairs and make the roof out of stairs, I guess. The prequels should have killed the franchise, like truly. They were box office successes still, but people did not like them other than children, and so I love seeing all of the kind of the renaissance of the prequel enjoyment, because I've always liked them. But I was a kid at the time, so I have that bias towards it. But I've seen people acting like, they were always um, good, I guess. No, that's not really what I mean, but that they were always, beloved. And I think that is such a load of crap because they were not, and I was there. And I had to, fight over defending the movie, and I don't know, um, I just think it's stupid that we're trying to revise history now and say that they were actually always loved because they were not. And I remember as a kid arguing with adults that Episode 3 was a good movie, and I still think it is, but now I see, popular consensus media that, oh frick, that it's good, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but also, where were you guys, 15 years ago when I was literally a child defending this movie to adults? Um, we're gonna change this up. Um, so I don't know. That was just something I've been thinking about. A tangent. I think if Disney wants to, uh, if they want any chance to enter the Star Wars realm again, they're gonna have to deal with the prequels at some point. Um, or the sequels, I mean, not the prequels. Um, and that seems like something they're not really willing to do. Supposedly the Rey movie is still in the works. I don't know. It could or couldn't be. I don't know. Um, I guess we'll find out. But I'm not excited for that. But I'm not, if that's something I wanted to see. Um, I don't know. I just don't really think it's top of my priority list for sure. Um, as a fan, I don't particularly care all that much about that. And that's something that kind of, I mean, Disney has done to a lot of franchises at this point. I'm kind of the same way about Marvel now. Like, I just don't care, and that really sucks because um, I loved Marvel as a, I kind of grew up in the MC. I did grow up in the MCU. I was like 7 when the first Iron Man came out. Um, and I just think it's so sad what's become of all these movies and franchises because, even just 10 years ago, I mean, 6 years ago, uh, they were untouchable. Like, truly, these franchises were untouchable. And then the just poor management issues took over, and, they weren't really handled as well as they should have been. And we end up now with this just general lack of care from the public about these franchises that my whole life were deemed kind of immortal. Um, and it sucks. It really does. I'm really genuinely sad about it because I love these franchises, and it just kind of sucks to see, there's not really anything they can do at this point to fix it. Um, they can keep making movies at this point, and they may get some of the fans back, but they will never fix the damage they did to these franchises. Ow. And it just sucks. It really does. I really hate that they Alright. I think this is good. I don't. Maybe some fences or something in there. Um. Anyways, I just think it's sad that these franchises are in such a bad space. Um. Because, you know, I grew up, they were literally untouchable. Yeah, that's good. Oh, dead. Um, so anyways, yeah, that's just me talking about stuff that makes me sad. Anyways, if Disney wants to ever do anything Star Wars again, they're gonna have to deal with the prequels and what they did. Um, and that's just kind of in their court at this point. They're gonna have to decide at some point to do something with it. And we'll see. I don't think it's gonna be good in general. But you know what made the prequels special is they were so panned, and then um, is this anything? Sure. I need to go get more deep slate. Anyways, what made the prequels special is they, you know, they were so panned, and then the people that really love Star Wars knew, you know, there is something here if we just tweak some things, and so we, you know, we end up with the Clone Wars, and you know, that really kind of revived the franchise. Um, am I out of deep slate entirely? That sucks. If so, um, guess we can go on a mining expedition soon. If I hadn't been baited by the vertical slabs, I think we would be all right. But I got baited. Let's just go get it now, I guess. Anyways, I think that was just kind of no deep slate. Okay. It just sucks that here we go. They, you know, I like Disney. I think they've lost their way a lot. I think they, I think they have lost their magic for sure. I think they, you know, what kind of made Disney special was that they were not a profit-first company for, you know, until really Walt Disney died. Obviously, profit is a consideration. They have a responsibility to make profit, but you know, at the same time, they. I'm sorry, my dog's barking. They have a responsibility to kind of the creative enjoyment of their product, and that was kind of evident with their parks. You know, they were obviously they were printing money at these parks, and that's something that has to be considered. But it wasn't entirely about the money. It was kind of a experience, I guess. It was more about the experience for the consumer than it was about the profit for the company. And I just think that's special. I think they've lost their way with that for sure. Um, they're not really about the experience really anymore at all. And that sucks because I really do enjoy going to the Disney parks. But there's a clear dip in quality that's not going to end anytime soon. They're still prioritizing profit over anything else, and that just sucks because that's not what made Disney special in the first place. And it just is sad. Truthfully, it's sad to see the downfall of so many things that I found important in my life. I grew up in the Disney Renaissance as well, and that was really special to grow up in that. But at the same time, is that what I did? I think that's what I did. How did I... What? I don't know if you guys can see it. I have an extra block, but I have the same amount of blocks. See, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. How? Oh, wait, I think I got it. Okay. Guess do I like it that way more? No, I liked it this way more, so we'll do this. Okay. I'm not as confused as I once was now. And I just take this off. Okay. There we go. And then take that off. There we go. That's a little better. Nice. Anyways, yeah, this could be worse. There's definitely more I can do at some point, but I'll need to sit and stew on it to make it look a little better. But we'll get there. I could make some candy canes though, because it is a snow biome and we're coming up on Christmas. Do I have redstone or anything like that? I do. Sweet. Okay, let's make some blocks and then we'll get some snow. Take them. There we go. Oops. Anyways, and I think that, Disney has made a lot of good stuff with Star Wars for sure. I don't think it's fair to talk about Disney and Star Wars and not talk about the success of The Mandalorian, because that, truly, you want to talk about reviving Star Wars, that is the definition. Star Wars was dead on arrival until, I guess, let's just take this door out. I think that's probably the best option at this point. They had literally killed Star Wars. There was no coming back for Disney until The Mandalorian comes out and people remember, oh, I love this franchise. And they did a good job proving that they can do it. Um, here we go. So it does just kind of suck that um, like nobody really cares about the Mandalorian movie coming out. Like it's obviously I'm excited. I'm excited, but I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic about it at all. I think it's gonna be a movie, and that's look at that. Look how cute that is. Nice. Um, anyways, I don't really care all that much at all about um the Mandalorian movie, and it makes me really sad because there was a time where it was a big deal. The uh, Mandalorian franchise was a big deal. I mean, it was, over COVID, that first and second season were, um, look at that. That's wonderful. They were big deals. I mean, really, they were kind of the the I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. The kind of the only thing Disney had going during COVID was uh, The Mandalorian, and it just kind of sucks to see that fall from grace. Um, it does. It makes me sad, truly. I don't have. No, I do have one more. Okay, so we'll put one more down. It just kind of sucks to see that fall from grace for sure. Because I truly, I don't care about the Mandalorian Grogu movie at this point. I think, um, kind of season three did ruin the hype a little bit for it. Um, and I didn't even really hate a lot of season three. Um, it was just the stuff I hated I really didn't like. And that's kind of just how Star Wars is as well. So I'm not, that's part of it for sure. Um, no, my dog's barking again. Sorry. Anyways, that's just kind of part of the um, problem with Disney is they've just kind of made stuff that people care so deeply about. They've made people just not care about it anymore. And they've done it with Marvel and Star Wars. And they didn't do it um, like they weren't just making bad movies over and over. It was kind of the promises they made and never delivered that really killed it. And that's really kind of the issues are they just made movies that nobody really cares about, and made poor decisions, like but not betraying the fans, but making the fans feel unvalued. We need some more lighting for this house, but I think we'll have to go get some glowstone for that. I like it though. I think it's still pretty blocky, so we can work on that. But for now, I think it's pretty nice. Maybe some trapdoors or something. But I don't even know what to do next. Oh, I lost all my levels. Doggone it, I forgot. I need to go get some diamonds. I think that's what we'll do next episode. is do a little cave exploring for some diamonds. Um, what's over there? It looks like there's a mountain over there. Anyways, I don't know. I don't have much passion for Star Wars or Disney right now, or Marvel, which sucks because I'm one of the Legends enjoyers for Star Wars. I am rereading the Thrawn trilogy and the Hand of Thrawn duology, which if you guys haven't read those, they are the best things that Star Wars has ever put out, truly. Um, I think everyone should read them. Um, they're better than anything else Star Wars has put out. There's negatives. They're not perfect books. But if you like Star Wars, you will love the Thrawn books from Legends. The canon Thrawn books are fine. I don't love. They're not bad. They're good, but they just compared to their source material, they're really just not the same. Um, and so it sucks for me. One of the things that really killed my hype for Star Wars is that they decanonized all of the Legends content, which part of it never was canon in the first place, and I acknowledge that George Lucas was open about that unless it's in a movie or a TV show, it's not canon. Um, but it was kind of the understanding of the people that this is all um, canon, um, and it just kind of sucks that um, it sucks that they kind of threw the middle finger up to all the fans and then made something objectively worse. Because they could have made something better. Legends continuity wasn't perfect, and there were a lot of issues with it. Um, and in some ways, Disney has improved on it, but uh, it's just been pretty crappy, truthfully. It's a lot of stink, and I just don't care too much for it anymore. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Got the house done ish, not done, but in a better spot. Put some candy canes up. I think in the next episode we'll go get some more diamonds, get some armor. Um, hopefully get some netherite soon. Um, and then we can do some more exploring. So that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.